Welcome back to Burnley, and with the transfers we made in yesterday's video, I hope we have a squad that can take on the Premier League in a much better fashion than they did last year. But saying that, we have probably the toughest start that we could hope for in the league this season. Okay, so like I said, the transfers have been made, and so far I think we have quite a good squad and one that can take on the league. Just going through the latest transfers there, obviously Mantle joined us, the latest transfer that we did have, and Silla and Thiago home, both to offer some depth in midfield. So with those most recent transfers, I am quite confident in the squad. Since the last episode ended, we did receive a bid for Muric as well, so he is currently under offer from Al Douali. He's probably going to head on. We have offered Lawrence Figueroa out as well, and for some reason Real Madrid are after him. If they want to make a bid, more than happy for them to come and take him. We're probably going to look to get another keeper in. We're going to see how these first games go. Like I mentioned, the start of the season we have is quite horrible. We're playing Liverpool away, Tottenham at home, and Man City away, and all of those games will be coming up in the episode today. And for our first game against Liverpool, we are seeing quite a few of the new players make their debuts today. With that offer for Muric, Mantle does start in goal. James Trafford, continuing on from last season, did have quite a few injuries in pre-season, so I kind of think Mantle's a bit of a better option to go into for the first game. We also had Hume and Clemens making the debuts in defence, joined by Bayer and Larios. Burge is sitting in that holding midfielder position, with Dan Neil and Odin making the debuts ahead of him. And then the attack is something that we're kind of used to with Mike Trezor and Kolyosho. Obviously, we did sign Azon in January. Didn't have too much time to do too much with the suspension that he did get, but showed quite a little bit of promise in the games that he did play. And on the bench, we could potentially see debuts for Harwood, Billets and Bichiabu. Merlin obviously joined us permanently this summer. And we also have Liam Delap, who could potentially make his debut from the bench as well. So, tough game against Liverpool. Let's hope we can do better than we did on the last game of last season against them. So the first highlight we do have, it is Liverpool on the attack, starting from the back. So Van Dijk plays it forward, Konaté now back to Van Dijk, and him and Konaté just keeping the ball between them. Now they play to Alexander-Arnold. He looks to be playing on the inverted wing back role, so he is occupying a more central space at the moment. This could be our chance to counter though. Plays it back to Trey Hume. He has got the armband on today. Don't know why. Just couldn't select a better captain than him. And then Liverpool keeping the ball. Luis Diaz plays it into Darwin. Was offside, but Mantle pulled off a good save. Nice to see him getting a good early touch on his debut. Hopefully that'll give him some confidence. And again, we are seeing Liverpool coming forward. Van Dijk at the back, plays it forward Endo, and then Alexander-Arnold out to Salah. Salah going past Larios. Larios very hesitant to put in the tackle, it seemed. Salah ghosted past him and then put the finish into the top corner. Obviously, we were expecting a team of Liverpool's quality to probably be better than us, but we should be doing better than that. Larios just losing his man too easily, and then on his weaker foot, planting it into the top corner. 1-0 Liverpool. Not the best of starts for us. Not too long after that goal, we are seeing Liverpool on the attack again. McAllister plays it inside to Alexander-Arnold. He's out to Szoboszlai. We have defended it in the first instance, but Alexander-Arnold was shot from the edge of the box, which deflects and hits the post. A lucky let off for us there. Again, seemed to be panicked at the back. Just coming up to half time. Definitely not the brightest performance from Burnley. We did come back into it in the final stages of the half, having a couple of shots, a couple on target, but nothing really threatening, no highlights to show. We do have a few players who aren't playing well, so we're going to get them in at half time, give them a bit of a dressing down, hopefully can show something else in the second half. I'm going to make a couple of changes as well. We do have a couple of players who are tiring and a couple who aren't playing well, so I am going to bring on Zaruri. He has been threatening to leave over the summer. Wouldn't mind getting rid of him because he is a bit unhappy at the moment, but we haven't had any bids as of yet. Hopefully we'll see some of Len coming in. I'm going to bring on Amdouni as well for Trezor. Neither of the wide players having much of an impact so far, so hopefully fresh legs in that area can bring something different in the second half. 5 minutes into the second half, Liverpool as per on the attack. Szoboszlai plays it along to Salah. Polazai back into the box, into Darwin. Mantle, another great save, keeping it at 1-0. But Liverpool now with the corner. Robertson's going to swing it in to the back post. We do get this one away, and hopefully we're not going to concede from this. Again, fantastic defending. Can we counter? Can we do something ourselves? Azon out to Zaruri, back into Neil, and then the highlight ends. Well, we are 20 minutes into the second half now, nothing much really happening. Odin hasn't made the most spectacular of debuts, so we are going to bring on Aaron Ramsey in his place. Azon as well, not playing the greatest, so Liam Delap, he can come on, get himself a debut, and see if he can trouble the Liverpool defence a bit more than Azon did. So we have Hume on the wing with the throw-in, plays it inside, Delap with the ball in, that's Amdouni with the header, he hits the bar. Probably should have done a bit better, got under the ball against the bar. Close, but we need to have a bit more quality in those areas. For the last changes that we are going to make, Harwood Bellis is going to come on for Trey Hume. Trey Hume hasn't had the best of games, and he is tiring, so hopefully Harwood Bellis can come on and have an impact. Larios swings the ball in from the corner. Jordan now, back out to Larios. He plays it into Harwood Bellis. Harwood Bellis takes a shot. He hits the bar as well. We have come close on a couple of occasions now. Not quite going our way, but we are looking threatening. It is promising again that against the bigger teams, we are causing some trouble. Now we have Robertson whipping the ball in, not getting the ball away, and we have been punished for missing those chances. I think this one probably is going to stand. Hopefully I'll be proven wrong. I have been proven wrong. We do have a chance to get back into the game. I'm going to put us onto a bit more positive. See if we can get that goal in the dying minutes of the game and really panic Liverpool and put them onto a start which they probably weren't thinking they were going to get. Clemens out to Harwood Bellis. He plays it into Burge. Burge plays it back to Mantle. That was a very risky ball, but we do manage to keep hold of it. And now Aaron Ramsey, ball out to Amdouni. He's on the wing. He's got into the box. Looks to cut it back to Dan Neil on his debut. Fantastic goal. Equaliser right at the end. Maybe a bit of time to get one more, but what a debut by Dan Neil. That's why we've got him playing in that position and Burge playing a bit low. He can get forward. He can make those runs into the box at the last moment. And we do see him do it there. And that's a great finish into the top corner. Well done, Dan Neil. Welcome to Burnley. And here we are, end of the game, 1-1, that equaliser at the end. Have to say, probably is what we deserved throughout the course of the game. Very proud of the team to come back and salvage something. Excellent performance. Hopefully we can carry that on. Our first home game of the season against Spurs next. See if we can get a win in that one. I'll see you then. So we have come to the day of the Spurs game. Just some quick transfer news before we get into the squad. Muric did complete that move to Aldo Ale, and that was for £16 million. We got £11 million of that. Figueroa has gone to Real Madrid for £475,000. And we have also loaned out Amin Al-Dakhil. There is an option for them to buy him in the future, but that isn't mandatory. So we do have the option to recall him as well. I was comparing him and Dara O'Shea, and they are essentially the same player. I was considering getting rid of one of them. Al-Dakhil was the one who had interest in him, so that's basically how the decision was made. Although he is younger, we can recall him, so if he's playing well and he is improving, we could potentially bring him back and look to move O'Shea on in January. But as for now, I think it is best he does go out, get some more football, more starting opportunities in this Royal Antwerp team. We'll assess the situation in January. But for now, that leaves us with a better looking squad. I think it was a bit bloated before. We still are looking to move Mellon out on loan. Scott Twine's looking to be moved on. And we do have interest in a couple of other players as well. So we are looking to move some people on. But happy with the squad as it is so far. Like we said, potentially another goalkeeper looking to get in as well. For today's game, there has been a few changes that have been made to the first team. I have brought Ramsey into central mid. Amdouni and Zaruri after making quite a good impact off the bench in the last game. They are starting the game. But other than that, I thought defensively we weren't too bad. Larios obviously could have done a bit better for the goal, it seemed, but going forward he was playing well. He was a threat, so I am looking to keep him on and hopefully he can do more of the same. But other than that, we've got the same team. We do have Silla on the bench as well for the first time. He's recovered from his injury. He could have played 75 minutes, but I failed putting Ramsey into the team. He as well came on, did okay in that match against Liverpool. So we'll give these guys a chance. Maybe bring Silla on from the bench later to see what he can offer us. But other than that, we've got our first home game of the season. Let's hope we can, get some goals against Spurs, get ourselves 3 points and get ourselves off to a nice start at home. Here we are, 32 minutes into the game, and we have the first highlight-worthy thing that has come up. It is Spurs on the attack. Maddison plays it out wide, tries to get it into Son, but we do clear it. Zuri heads it away, but Van de Ven picks it up. He plays it into Emerson Royale. He plays it into Son, and Son with the finish into the top corner. I do think he was onside for that one. He didn't look like he had gone past the line. And yeah, that's a great finish, really. Defensively, maybe we could have kept on him a bit better. It was poor from Clemens there. He lost his man easily. Son was in an offside position behind him, but he made a good run, came back in front. Just watch it here. He comes back in front of his man just in time, runs round him, gets through. And yeah, he punches it with a fantastic finish. So just the one highlight in that first half. Probably quite a dull first half for the fans at Turf Moor. Only 1-0. Still time for us to get back into it. Going to tell the players that we do need to start having some shots. We haven't really threatened Spurs at all during that half. Aaron Ramsey has played poorly, so I am going to bring on Silla, get him a debut. Let's see what he looks like. See if he can wow the Turf Moor crowd. Other than that, everyone's... I mean, the Amdouni and Azon aren't playing great. I do want to try to save some subs if the game's going bad, so I will keep more people in reserve. Just that one change for now. Silla on, and let's see how the second half goes. Straight away, we have Maddison with the free kick, and he bends it right into the top corner. All happened very quickly, but you don't really save those. Maddison, pinpoint accuracy, straight into the top bin. 2-0 Spurs. 10 minutes into the second half, obviously we're not playing well enough. Amdouni and Azon continuing the poor performances that they're putting in the first half. We are going to bring on Trezor, and we are going to bring on Delap, and hopefully they can play a lot better, give Spurs' backline a few more problems. We still haven't had nearly enough shots in this game for a home game as well, considering our home form last year was impressive. I would have thought we would be more up to the challenge today. Javi Guerra was playing in the same team as Azon at the Olympics, hasn't managed to force it past Mantle. Mantle kicks it out. Trezor trying to win the ball, does lose it in the air. And again, defensively poor from us. I think that was Bayer who missed the header there, and that has just allowed Son to come in. And yeah, just not good enough again. Let's see. Bayer, yeah, there he is. Tries to win it, misses it. Clemens can't get across quick enough. Son punishes us again. A nice finish at the top corner, but he shouldn't be getting those chances. Very, very poor from our perspective. Maddison almost immediately threatening again with a free kick. I'm going to look to make some changes as well. Dardai is going to get his first appearance of the season. And looking ahead, Zaruri, he hasn't had his best game either. So Kolyosho, hopefully he can come on. I'm going to put us on attacking. 3-0 down. But, yeah, always hope. It appears that hope has been unfounded. We do have Spurs on the attack again. Kulusevski plays it back to Romero. He's out to Basuma. Ben Davis now into Oliver Skip. That's a good tackle from Dan Neil, showing a bit of commitment at the late stage in the game. Plays it back to Hume. He plays it to Kolyosho, who's now running down this right wing. He tries to put the ball into the box, but it is intercepted by Van de Ven. He does pick it back up though. Silla from the edge of the box, just wide. Yeah, we are deep into stoppage time. No real hope of a comeback now, but if we can get a late consolation so we can get a goal at Turf Moor, it would be nice. Kolyosho plays it into Delap. He was offside, and being a very, very disappointing show from us. I did expect a lot more. Hume again not having the best of games. I think it might be Harwood Bellis who's going to be starting the next one. Again, the wingers No one apart from Kolyosho really having much of an impact in this game. Amdouni and Zarari, Trezor, all of them not performing well. Neither of the strikers performing well. Defensively, not great at all. Mantle, very poor home debut from him. So I think it is looking like the areas that we did identify before with a goalkeeper and a striker, they are probably needed. We do have a nice healthy transfer budget to allow us to get players in, £67 million, and we have £90,000 free on the wage budget. Could do a bit of fiddling around to increase that wage budget a bit more. We'll see if we have to. We are going to have a look now to see if there is any top level strikers out there just to add to the squad and improve upon that aspect. 4 days to go until the Man City game. We'll see if we can get anything done in that time. Just before we get into the Manchester City game, the areas of the pitch that we need to improve upon, we may have found solutions. First one, Antonio Severa. He has agreed to join us as a cup goalkeeper. Chose that option just to ensure the happiness between the goalkeepers stays good, but him and Mantle will probably be vying it out for the first choice goalkeeper, but Trafford as well could be fighting with them. So it will be interesting to see which one of them does take the shirt. He's awaiting a work permit, so hopefully he'll be able to get that, and then we have another goalkeeper to add to our squad. And for striker as well, we are looking to bring in Beto from Everton. Didn't set the world alight on his previous season in the Premier League, but Everton were quite poor. He was competing with Calvert-Lewin, so he probably didn't start as many games as he would have hoped. But he does have fantastic pace, good finishing, the attributes that we need for a striker in that pressing forward position. He does seem to have them. So hopefully he will agree to come to us. We are offering him £70,000 a week, which is a bit more than we probably would have wanted to offer players. But for a striker, someone who will hope will get goals for us, I think it's going to be a good option. Hopefully he will agree. There is some other teams interested, but they haven't made bids yet. Hopefully the fact we've offered him a contract that he wants will sway him to come to us. So for the game against Manchester City today, again, we have made quite a few changes. It was a very poor performance against Spurs at home. Trafford is starting in goal. Mantle did have a poor game, and he also had a little bit of an injury during the week. So I feel it's good to bring in Trafford. Harwood Bellis coming in the defence. Hume hasn't been great in his first 2 games, so he is out of the squad for this game. We have Bayer and Bichiabu making his debut, and Merlin next to him. In defensive midfield, we do have Dardai. Burge again hasn't had the best 2 games of the season. Dan Neil, the midfielder, who I think has been playing best. Obviously, he scored a goal, and in that last game against Spurs, we did see him work hard. That is what he brings to the team, so I'm happy to have him continue in the box-to-box midfield role. And in the 3rd game of the season, we are trying our 3rd option in the Mazzala role. Silla is making his full debut. We have Amdouni continuing on the left. Neither him nor Trezor have really made that position their own yet in the first couple of games of the season. Amdouni did play slightly better when he came on against Liverpool in the first game, so that's why he's getting the nod today. Kolyosho, he did perform quite well against Spurs. That's the reason he's in on the right hand side, and we have changed the striker, so Delap is making his first change. Obviously Delap and Harwood Bellis, Trafford as well, returning to Manchester City, so hopefully they'll be wanting to prove a point and they can go somewhere to getting us a good result at Manchester City today. Have just noticed we do have Harwood Bellis on the wing back role. I'm going to change him to be that inverted full back like we do for the bigger teams. We do like our wing backs to cut inside, join that defence. We'll have Merlin keep on going, and hopefully he'll join the attack a bit more. We'll see what we can get done in the game. Hopefully won't be too bad. First highlight of the game, 2 minutes in, De Bruyne flicks it in. Looked like Haaland got his head lap, but he did head it over. Not really threatening. Keep them coming throughout the match, please. And could this be Burnley's first attack of the game? Bayer out to Harwood Bellis. Bayer tries to play it into Silla, but that's a poor ball. It is picked up by City, and Foden runs it forward. It is a shot from the edge of the box. It does go over the bar, but again, very poor from us, giving the ball away. And now Manchester City with a corner. De Bruyne swings it in again. That's Rodri, and that is 1-0 to Manchester City. Very, very, poor from us yet again. We do seem to be having a lot of trouble at set pieces. I have got the mix, so we're not marking, man to man. We're not marking zonally. There's a mix of both going on in there. Maybe I could look to personalise it and specialise it, so we are just using one of those options. But I do like having a bit of a hybrid approach in there. So we are saying that a few corners, we are able to defend some, but others are, we do seem to get punished by quite a few corners. This one, not on the first instance. The offside flag is up. Generally, that does mean it is actually going to be offside, so hopefully we're going to be spared going 2-0 down. But again, we are a bit lax from set pieces. Bit too easy for some teams to get through to us, and when you're playing against a team of Manchester City's quality, they are going to find it a bit easier to get through you sometimes. That was a good defensive line there, though. Bichiabu just moving up in time to catch Silva offside. Coming up to half time, we have only had the one shot in the game, so we're not really threatening much at all. Very similar story to what the Liverpool game was. We're not threatening, but Manchester City haven't been able to capitalise on the fact that we're not doing much. Hopefully in the second half it can be a bit better. Amdouni having a poor game, so he is going to be coming off. We are going to bring on Trezor, and hopefully he can inject a bit more energy onto the wing. I'm quite nervous that we do have 3 of our defenders on bookings. Merlin, out of all of them, isn't performing as well, so we are going to bring on Larios on that left hand side, and him and Trezor, hopefully fresh legs down the left that can cause a few issues at the back for Manchester City. Well, we are 15 minutes at the second half. Not much has really happened. I'm going to go for a change in formation, I feel now. I'm going to go to more of a diamond formation. Azon will be our target forward, and we're going to make Liam Delap an advance forward. Mike Trezor can come into the central of midfield, and I think I'll make him an attacking midfielder on attack, hopefully getting up to support. We'll have Silla being able to drift out that left hand side, supporting Larios, and it's definitely going to be down the left hand side we are putting most of our attacks. Silla, again, just coming back from injury. I'll bring on Home. It's just a choice. Dan Neil probably having one of his poorest games for us. We are only 60 minutes in now, so I am going to leave that last change for a bit, see what happens through the rest of the game. Right, the subs have been made now, but we do have Manchester City straight away on the attack. De Bruyne with a free kick in a very dangerous area. Good save from James Trafford. Wasn't really sure which side of the net that was going to, so he looked well to reacting to get that saved. Bernardo Silva, though, he whips the ball in, and it's that man Rodri yet again. He wins the ball. Very similar to what we saw in the first half. An in-swinging corner. Looks to come to the near post. Rodri glances it on, and it's in the back of the net. 73 minutes in, Mike Trezor now with a free kick. We did see him get a couple of leads towards the back end of last season. Can he get one here to bring us back to within one goal of Manchester City? I am going to bring off Delap after this free kick because he is tiring. Close from Trezor, but it is a save from Edison. And now Manchester City looking to play it out. We have John Stones. He plays at the Foden. Haaland seems to have been quite quiet in the game so far. There is still time for him to have an impact, though. This could be the impact, although probably would be Rodri who is taking it just before this happens. Although he could be sent off, so I'm going to wait to see what happens with this. And Bayer, he's not going to get sent off. I thought it would have been Rodri who would be taking it, as he's potentially getting a hat-trick, but no, that's not the case. They have scored that, and Zaruri's probably the best option to bring on in this situation. Have them two both playing under those, because it is not Azon we want to take off, despite them picking up and up. It is Delap. Delap is tiring. Probably at this point, I'm just going to move these two back out onto the wing to be the winger on the attack. He can stay as the target forward, and we'll keep it like that for now. Naturally, Haaland did score that penalty. I'm very sorry for not showing it. Kind of just knew he was going to score it, and the game moved on. Haaland plays it through to Bernardo Silva, and he gets a goal. This has not been our game today. Again, I was railing because just before that highlight, I had missed the penalty from Haaland. Was considering putting it back, and as they were moving forward, Haaland, one quick ball through, Bernardo into the back of the net, 4-0 to Manchester City. I will show you that penalty after the match, just so you can see it. But very, very poor from our perspective. Today, I wasn't expecting us to get any points. Now picked up an injury as well, which is not what we want at all. Just going to slightly change these roles around just to get Dan Neil on as more favoured deep line playmaker. But very poor game from us today. Defensively awful. Keeper hasn't been great. Defence haven't been great. Midfield haven't been great. The attack hasn't been great. Essentially, against a team like Manchester City, probably are going to get beaten, but we'd like to see a bit of spirit in there. We didn't show any of that today. Extremely poor performance, and we definitely need to be better. We do have Chesterfield coming up in the next game in the Carabao Cup, so hopefully with that we can get a win, we can get some confidence, and we'll be able to move on to some slightly easier games. Like I said, I am going to show you the Erling Haaland penalty because we did miss it through the game. I was slightly annoyed about the fact we were about to go 3-0 down. Oh my god, he penalted it. Of course he did. I'm quite disappointed I came back to show you that. For our next games, we are going to come back for the games against Manchester United away and Chelsea at home. That'll give us a bit of time to get through some slightly easier fixtures in the league, hopefully get a bit of confidence behind us and get some points on the board. We'll hopefully have those 2 new players come in as well, see if there's any more additions we can make before the end of the transfer window, but relatively happy with the squad. Defensively we haven't been great, but still time to improve upon things. Hopefully these games can get us some more confidence and it'll be a lot brighter for us in the future. So I hope you enjoyed that, certainly a lot more than I would have. Not the best of games, but please do like and subscribe to the channel if you do want to see more. Any comments you have, please put them down there, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, bye bye.